All right, so yet another one of those times when I didn't expect to be going live, but I kind of feel like I need to. Now, a few days ago on Twitter, I Miss Stephanie Crawford, who you've seen come on here a few times, and always been a pleasure whenever she does, and podcaster with Just the Discs and Screamcast and so many more, and as well as a very talented writer and a very talented Twitter person. Very, very much so. Anyway, so Stephanie Crawford let me know about, well, let everybody really know about something called Noir Vember. I was not aware that that was a thing. And I'm not sure how long it's been a thing, but oh man, am I so glad that it is, because this gives me the chance for this month, before I get into my holiday horrors in December, which I normally do. Hey, Aaron. Hey. Hey, other Aaron. It's like parallel universe, right? Thank you for coming in and welcome to the movie club. Tonight we're talking about a subject that's near and dear to my heart, and that is the noir. Well, we're going to start it there. You never know where it's going to end up, but I'm going to talk about film noirs. I actually got a bunch of film noir that I'm going to show you guys, box sets, some different film noir stuff. I've even got a Criterion list that I want to show you guys, some underrated Criterions as well. So we'll see how this goes. Hey, Culture Trini, how's it going? You're in. You're one of the first people in. Welcome, and I do have my bubbly here. So welcome, Aaron. Welcome, Culture Trini. We are talking film noir, so I hope you guys are, and Criterion. So I hope you guys are really are kind of like into the film noir genre, because it is Noir Vember. So much like the 31 Days of Horror, what people do in Noir Vember is they watch, well, usually a noir film, try to watch it at night. And I'm already behind on that. Now, just recently, I received a package from an awesome guy with a bunch of films that definitely qualify in the film noir genre, and I had to put them aside to do the 31 Days of Horror. But now that it's Noir Vember, I'm actually kind of interested in that. So I was going to go over some of my noir box sets, and I'll mention certain films in particular. Hey, Jay says, you got my message? Oh, I hope I didn't wait too long on it, because I'm not good sometimes when it comes to getting messages out to, like from my Instagram and stuff. I'm really horrible at getting back when it comes to stuff like that. But Instagram tends to be the quickest one that I get back on. Somebody asked me if the Night Stalker and Night Strangler are Region A releases, and those are Region A releases. Just to let you know, I know that somebody from over across the pond asked me that. So if you have a region free player, I do recommend them. They're very good releases. So we're talking noir. Jace, are you a fan of noir? Aside from like the horror slasher genre, with slasher subgenre, with, you know, along with giallos, noir tends to be my favorite genre. And it comes in a way that basically you get the mystery, and you just get so much mixed into one. And noir is just a beautiful genre to look at and to watch. So we are going to look into some noir box sets. We're going to look at some noir films, some popular box sets, and maybe some not so popular or well-known ones, and we'll go from there. And I'd like to know some of your favorite noirs, and if you guys are participating at all in Noir Vember. If you are, please let me know and comment here, so that we can get on with that. So first off, I got to go with the Warner Brothers stuff, because Warner Brothers, they really are pretty much king when it comes to the noir, especially the noir sets. So I have 3 of the Warner Brothers. Hey, Chris Tria and Ken. Well, Chris and Tria, if you're not following their channel, please do follow their channel. What I have to do is I'm going to put a link in the box down below tomorrow, so that you can follow their channel. Hey, Ken, how's it going? We're talking noirs, and I know, Ken, you do like noir films, so that's going to be kind of a neat little different thing. And we will talk Criterion as well, because I did promise to do a Criterion talk yesterday, and we just swerved into some different directions. So first off, I want to look at some Warner Brothers noir box sets, and then I'm going to go into some from Kino and from Sony, and we'll look into a few different ones. So if you're into noir at all, you picked a really good time to come and join into the channel. If you're coming here for the Criterion part, I'm going to show you some some lesser known Criterion ones that I really do love. So let's start off with the first box set that Warner Brothers put out, And as far as I know, this is the first box that they put out. I actually got some Fox Noirs, which I should probably get out as well. So this is a Film Noir Classic Collection. At the time, this was the one in the collection that they had. And as you can see, when you think of noir, most of the time, if you're thinking of a male in noir, this is the guy that you're usually thinking about. That's Robert Mitchum. He's kind of known for this genre. He's made some of the best noirs that ever, some of the most memorable ones, and we'll go through a couple of those actually. So this is definitely a decent one, and it has one of the greatest noirs of all time, if not what some people would be considered like the kind of the benchmark noir that kind of sets the stage and is hard to beat for others in that genre. And that is Robert Mitchum and Jane Greer in Out of the Past. If you have ever seen this movie, then you know exactly how damn good this is. This really is, you know, this personifies what the noir genre is all about. And for people that are new to noir, basically you'll have the kind of like the put-upon hero, the girl that he really shouldn't the girl he really should be dealing with. There's going to be mysteries, going to be tragic circumstances. You got the Warner Archive one, Jace. Isn't this one of his best? And one of the best noir films out there is Out of the Past. This, and I'm guessing because this is Warner Archive. Say Kubrick Lover, we're talking noir, and I'm guessing you're going to like that. Out of the Past also is a commentary by noir specialist James Orsini. And I'll be honest, I have never listened to this commentary. And I've watched this movie at least like 25, 30 times since I've got it. Yes, I do actually find Out of the Past that good. Yeah, well, actually, yes. One of Jacques Tourneau's best. So, and one of the best noirs, like, definitely out there. So, next up is another classic. And of course, this one has gone on to get a release from Criterion. So here's a Criterion possibility for you guys if you're looking towards getting into Criterion and noir at the same time. And that is the classic Sterling Hayden film. And you know what it is? I'm sure you do. And it has a little role for Marilyn Monroe in this one. And it is the Asphalt Jungle. So definitely a very, very good film. Not my favorite noir, but I really do like this one, and I do want to upgrade this to the Criterion edition. I don't have the Criterion of this one. This one has like an introduction from John Huston, of course, the director of the film, and a commentary by author, film noir specialist Drew Casper with James Whitmore. Got the Criterion, a must-have. I do love this cover. I gotta say, it seems pretty standard, but there's something just about this cover and just the coloring of it that I really, really like. The Asphalt Jungle was definitely in. This is a really good box set when it comes to this. You're going to see like a lot of quality noir within the Warner Brothers box sets. They really do have some great stuff. And next up is actually one that I really enjoy, and I'd like to know your opinion on this one, guys. You have the Criterion? See, everybody's got the Criterion this one. The Setup. With Robert Ryan, and again, this is another one that I really like, and of course, that's the boxing trope will be thrown out a few times in this one here. Not really a big part, I wouldn't say. She has a smaller part, but her part was emphasized more in the film later on when it was re-released because you know she had become a big name by then. But yeah, Robert Ryan, yeah, I agree. Robert Ryan's a fantastic actor. This is a really good one. If you've never seen it, Wallace Ford's in this, George Tobias, the setup, everything on this box. There's not going to be anything on this box that I'm not going to recommend, especially when it comes to the next one. And the next one is actually kind of a pretty popular one with Peggy Cummings, who, The Wild Bunch. It's a fantastic film. And that is Gun Crazy. So, again, just another classic noir in my opinion. Peggy Cummings, John Dahl. This is an absolute killer for box set. If you can get your hands on this, I definitely do recommend it. It is a great way. This box set is probably the best, like one of the best introductions to the film noir genre. Ken has the Warner Archives Blu-ray. I've just got the DVD so far, but actually still great stuff on here. And again, another commentary with Glenn Erickson. I think the setup had a commentary as well. It did actually with, oh wow, a commentary with director Robert Wise and Martin Scorsese. So that's I haven't listened to that commentary. I did not know that. Anna, how's it going? We're talking film noir. I hope that's a genre that you like, or after this one you're going to know a bit more about, because it's probably one of the favorite genres out there. And here is kind of a cool one. Philip Marlowe with Dick Powell, Claire Trevor, and that is, of course, Murder My Sweet. Yeah, that's the thing. He does excellent commentary. It's super clever. I didn't even know he did the commentary on the setup. So this is a kind of a treat for me. So yeah, wow. I'm glad I did this video tonight. Murder My Sweet, again, another really, really cool one. Howdy, James. How's it going, man? Oh, hope you're okay, Savannah. So I hope it was like something small that you had to go to the hospital for. Farewell, my love. Yes, and I do have that, actually. Shout Select did this one as a double feature. Yeah. I shall be right back. Well, I hope you're feeling a lot better right now. And if you're not, rest up and stay and stay off your feet until you are, because we want you at the top of your game, because you rock, Savannah. And seriously, we don't want you getting sick. Now, the Noir goodness continues strongly with their second volume, which actually has my very favorite film noir listed in this one here. And this is the Film Noir Warner Brothers Classic Collection Volume 2. And when Warner Brothers say Classic Collection, when they're talking about their film noirs, they are not joking. They're not kidding. They're not messing about. First off, we got one that definitely is one of the tops in my list, and that is Born to Kill with Lawrence Tierney. Lawrence Tierney was this was meant to be a Lawrence Tierney like starring vehicle, and Lawrence Tierney is a fantastic actor. Unfortunately, he was also a troubled actor, and he had like a lot of like let's just say he had some issues in his life that stopped him from becoming a bigger star, and he definitely could have been. You have the gangster ones. I actually got the gangster ones over there. I'm going to leave them for like another one. Touch View is fantastic, and it's got such good. I love Orson Welles. But if you haven't seen this one, guys, please do. This definitely is one of my favorites. I have ended up watching this one a lot of times after. Claire Trevor, again, she's fantastic in film noirs. So anytime I see her name, I get excited to watch it. Tierney does amazing in Born to Kill. And if you've not seen it, this is definitely a star-making performance for Tierney. And it has the classic film noir ending, very much like Out of the Past style ending. So you were sick and you still managed to get some movies on eBay. You are the queen of it, Savannah. What'd you pick up? Was it film noir? Are you being in Noir Vember? Next up is again another really cool one. This is Crossfire with Robert Young, Robert Mitchum, and Robert Ryan. A movie called Butterfly. I think I should know it, and I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it. You bring like a different aspect to the channel, different films, and I really like that, Savannah. So please keep doing that, because I find movies through you too as well. The Other Side of the Wind. Murdersville, hey, welcome, dude. Actually, it's Noir Vember, so I'm going to get to watch some noirs, and some of them are thanks to you. Actually, I think the one you're talking about we're going to get to. I think so. But I'm not quite sure. Crossfire, definitely a fantastic one. And what a cast. The three Roberts. Robert Young, Robert Mitchum, and Robert Ryan. I don't only like horror, obviously, from this here, Savannah. These are noir films, and definitely these are different than. Wow, this one's stuck. Yeah, this is because I used to have two copies of this one. This is, of course, the other Lawrence Tierney classic, and hey, Rob, and that is Dillinger. So if you've never seen Dillinger, again, definitely 100% a classic film that you know everybody should see. And we have like Anne Jeffries in this one, and she's incredible. Now, are they continuing with the commentaries on these? Yes, they are. This one here has a commentary with Edward Muller. This one here has a commentary with Elaine Silver and James Orsini, with an audio interview with the director. And this one here has a commentary, well, by John Millis, director of the 1973 Dillinger. So John Millis, who did the 73 Dillinger, actually does a commentary on the original Dillinger film. So super cool, actually. Cool, cool, cool. Why are these so stuck together? Ah, because of this one. Next up is another film with Robert Ryan and Barbara Stanwyck. You find that well, that's the thing, is that Weak Mean Man, he did actually. That's the thing. Obviously, Millis, who directed your favorite Dillinger, loves this one. You know, he would, or he wouldn't be remaking it. So he actually does a commentary on this. So if you don't have this one, Ken, definitely one to pick up, even if, you know, one, to see a classic film, and two, to hear Millis's thoughts on the original Dillinger. Here's the one that's sticking my box set together. I got to find a way to get this like sticky stuff off it. And this is Clash by Night, and I do like this one as well. I love Barbara Stanwyck. You guys know I'm a huge Barbara Stanwyck fan. Again, we got like Paul Douglas, Robert Ryan again, and Marilyn Monroe. So there's another unusual cover. And we do have a commentary by filmmaker Peter Bogdanovich, and he actually does some really good commentaries. Yeah, I'm starting to. Don't you find that with film noirs, you get, by far and large, the ones that I've heard, that I've actually listened to, the commentaries, you really get some quality commentaries on film noir, maybe more so over other genres, and I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe it's just the passion that a lot of the people and a lot of the directors and film historians have for that genre of film, but you do tend to get like a, sometimes what I would consider a higher quality of commentary on a lot of those. No, I wasn't even born, Savannah, when these movies got made. But these are movies that you should check out. Definitely a lot of, if you've never seen Out of the Past, Savannah, start there and go from there. But Out of the Past is a fantastic movie with Robert Mitchum that I do recommend you check out. But this is my personal favorite. It's not like Savannah. Oh, we'll get into some. I don't know if I got a lot of Bogart here though. Like, I love Bogart, and do I have a lot? I have some Bogart here, but well, we'll get to that. But this is my personal favorite, and this isn't like one that I think is on everybody's list, or I'm probably not on a lot of people's lists, but it is on mine, and it has one of my favorite audio commentaries of all time by William Friedkin. I love William Friedkin, and I really love his commentaries, by the way. But my favorite Friedkin commentary is this one right here, and this is actually one of my favorite films. And this is the original, The Narrow March. And of course, this got remade later, like not as well. But this is the classic one with Charles McGraw. We got Marie Windsor in this one here. This is a really, really, really good film. So if you've never seen The Narrow Margin, it's one that I strongly recommend. The plot and the whole idea of it's been taken and used many times after the. But this is great, and basically what we got here. Do you know I've never actually listened to his commentary on The Exorcist? Narrow Margin. Narrow Margin is top tier. Again, I actually consider Narrow Margin my favorite, and that is with the top tier ones. But then again, that's personal favorite. Oops, sorry. Not as in like it's the greatest one of all time. It's just my personal favorite. Hey, it's nice to have you. Better than The Third Man? For me. Like, and that's the thing. I'm not saying it's better made than The Third Man, or it's a better film than The Third Man. I'm saying, for me, it's a better film personally for me than The Third Man and many of the ones I'm going to mention. And The Third Man, like, yeah, exactly. The Third Man is awesome. So it has to be quite a special movie for me personally to hit my top spot. And it does hit my top spot. And it goes back and forth. My top spot goes between two films, and there's a whole lot of film noir films I could put like in the top 10, but I'm not going to do a top list right now. But Out of the Past and Narrow Margin are the two that kind of like trade back and forth. of my top spot, and that's just basically my experiences with the films, how much I really enjoyed and how much I love those films. Now this one here, not everyone here is a classic. Everyone here, I think definitely is important to be seen, but even more so than like many others. If you can get your hands on Film Noir Volume 3, please do so. And I will tell you right away, I don't know, 15 slips is a bit much, but I would still think about it. Hey Tim, how's it going? We're talking Film Noir, so I hope you enjoy that. This is in Volume 3, and this is indispensable for anybody that's going into Film Noir. Yeah, Sudden Fury is actually pretty decent. It's one that I kind of remember. I don't want to give anything away, but I'm pretty sure I've seen part of that one. And so this one is Bringing Darkness to Light. It is a documentary on the film noir genre. And if you've never been dipped into film noir before, I do think you should watch a movie like Out of the Past and stuff like that first. Oh, that's right, you were going to do first. Good things, Savannah, are worth the wait. And you're worth the wait. Even if you call me old like a dinosaur. Which I kind of am, so it's all right. But Film Noir, Bringing Darkness to Light, honestly, guys, this is one to see. This is a great documentary on film noir. Now, there are some spoilers within the documentary, so yeah, at least see get a couple film noirs before you go into it. The lineup, it sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've owned it, that I own it. I do love Eli Wallach, and Seagull is, you know. So see this, by the way. What's really cool about this, it actually has a little feature on here called, was these like short films that would come on at the beginning of films called Crime Doesn't Pay. And they actually have 5 of the short films. Even a couple of them are actually Oscar nominated. That actually, as a guy that doesn't see himself much as a sexy type of guy, that is seriously flattering. But definitely check this out. Next up is one that I do think is a damn good film, and that is Border Incident with Ricardo Montalban and George Murphy. Now, of course, Montalban will later go on to be known as to play, Khan, and of course, Mr. Rourke on Fantasy Island. But Border Incident, really did like this movie, and I guess it's kind of topical now, isn't it? I do have some Kirk Douglas films, but I don't know where they are right now. I really like Kirk Douglas, actually. Not my favorite Mitchum film, Laura. Oh, I like Laura. I have no idea. 102, whoa. And he's at 102. He definitely rocks it better than me, so right on. Kirk Douglas. So this is His Kind of Woman. It's Robert Mitchum and Jane Russell. Not the best noir, but definitely an interesting watch. Spartacus. I do like this one, though. I do think it's slightly gimmicky. And, but it's got an interesting gimmick. I'm not sure how much... Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid is a fantastic comedy spoof on film noir. It does a great job. And you can tell that Steve Martin really enjoys it. It's not that bad, Ken. It's actually, you can tell by the third one, they're kind of diving into other things. But for this documentary alone and Border Incident, it's definitely worth owning. Spartacus underrated. You think it's underrated? Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Spartacus, the TV series, also underrated. Lady in the Lake. So Robert Montgomery, again, it's a decent film. It's definitely a good watch, but I'm not sure how much of a rewatchability Lady in the Lake has, kind of due to the gimmick that it does use. And if you've never seen this film, well, Robert Montgomery plays Marlowe. He plays Philip Marlowe, but in it you kind of don't see his face. It's kind of shown from his perspective, and you usually only see him when he's looking in a mirror, etc. This is the one, right? Yeah, it is. Subjective camera view. So if you've never seen Lady in the Lake, it's definitely worth checking out. It's got a unique aspect to it. You don't see the guy. It's basically Ride the Pink Horse. I don't have that one yet, and I really need that one. Now, Spartacus, is that the one that was... Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. That was written by... Was Spartacus written by Trumbo? Like Dalton Trumbo? You know, the movie they did about, like, the blacklisted author? Or was that another one I'm thinking about? It's probably another one. But, again, not the best, but I did enjoy this one. And this is The Racket with Robert Mitchum, Elizabeth Scott, and... Okay, it is Trumbo. Thanks to Creepy Clever. I wasn't quite sure if that was correct or not. And Robert Ryan. Of course, somebody else had to take credit for it back then, didn't they? Because Ace in the Hole. I got Ace in the Hole. Actually, I should have brought that one over because that's actually a really good one. It's good. Yeah, that's the thing. These are good. They're not great. They are definitely not ones that I would call like classic film noir, but they are definitely good watches. This is probably this is definitely the best watch, in my opinion, in this whole collection, aside from the documentary. And that is On Dangerous Ground with Ida Lupino and Robert Ryan, Ward Bond. I did like this film. I do think that this one definitely still fits in along kind of more the classic noir genre than the other films in this one would. Oh, I haven't got up to them yet. Hey, Rune, welcome, dude. You love film noir? Yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about tonight. I'm going to try and get out almost every one of my film noirs that I got in my collection. So we're going to look into that. And sorry you can't stay right now. Definitely come back and look forward to hearing. And comment down below. I really like that. So let's get into some other stuff. I'm going to put these down here. And I'm thinking of taking some of this other stuff upstairs with me actually tonight. Now, I want to go into a couple of other ones before I get into some bigger stuff. And I'm going to go into my Kino film noir collection. I've got 2 box sets that Kino put out. So I went over them a while back, so I won't go too into them right now. But they are actually some decent stuff. And I wouldn't consider, like, not everything here is like definitely the classic film noir, but I think that they definitely are worth checking out. And of course there is question time. Ask away, Savannah. Sudden Fear with Joan Crawford and Jack Palance. And as you guys know, I'm a huge Jack Palance fan. So there's actually a Jack Palance movie upstairs from Arrow. I'm definitely looking forward to watching over Noir month, Noir Vember. So guys, and let me know, by the way, here in the comments, or just here right on here, if you are gonna like try to do at least kind of even you do a mini Noir Vember, maybe watch 1 or 2 noirs a week or something like that. Next over is oh god, I don't remember this one very well, so you guys let me know. I think this is a good one. I can't remember very well. Hangman Must Also Die. Hangman Also Die. Oh, Johnny Guitar. I do have some Joan Crawford over there. Jace, I'm a huge Joan Crawford fan, actually. Sad thing is, when I bought a Joan Crawford box set, I bought it at a secondhand place. I got it home, and the one movie that was missing out of the box set was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. I still don't have it. Oh wow, it is Fritz Lang. Sorry, it's been a while. Next up is Henry Fonda in The Long Night with Barbara Bel Geddes, for all you Dallas fans out there, and the classic Vincent Price. Yeah, I found out James through I follow Stephanie on Stephanie Crawford, who's been in here many times on Twitter, and she's actually doing Noir Vember right now. I didn't know it was a thing. But I'm definitely doing that, James, because that's actually a really cool idea, and I love film noirs. It gives me an excuse to watch like a bunch of film noir films. Next up is the John Arlen film Railroaded with Sheila Ryan, Hugh Beaumont, Henry Fonda. He did a lot of great stuff, man. And Beyond Locked Doors. Don't you just love the covers, like the poster art when it comes to a lot of these noir films? It's just some amazing stuff, and like just some kind of cool, iconic, freaky looking stuff that makes you want to watch it. Just look at this picture right here with this obvious like kind of like escaped convict type of thing, like holding the lady. It's really, really cool. It's definitely something that makes you want to watch the film. Now, me either, but James, isn't it cool that it is? Really? I would never let this go, man. I love this movie. I love this stuff. I'm a huge film noir fan. And I actually found that one for fairly cheap. I was at a record shop, and they had a bunch of old box sets there. And that one just stood out. They had like, you know, regular stuff, Mill Creek and all that type of stuff, and like kind of stuff that everybody has. That, you know, the Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura one. And right in the middle of it was this film noir, The Dark Side of Hollywood. So I grabbed it right away. I thought, oh, this is probably a cheapie, and I got it home, and it was like Kino one, and I'm like, wow. Speaking of which, there is a Kino Noir box that you can still get. Your new one? Is it like a cool gimmicky one, Savannah? You didn't ask your question, did you? If you did, I missed it, and I really do apologize. So feel free to ask it again. So this is film noir, The Dark Side of Cinema. And obviously this is, you know, the Blu-ray equivalent to The Dark Side of Hollywood. It's all different films, though. So I'll quickly show you this one right here. And because I have mentioned this before, this one has Witness a Murder with Barbara Stanwyck. I really, really do like this one. 8 by 10 still with Joe Chappelle over that. You know, I was asked recently again if I ever thought about doing something like a Patreon or anything like that. And I said not really, but if I ever did do anything, I'd have like a small like mini merchandising type of thing. Merch store. And like I would do a F Joe Chappelle, fuck Joe Chappelle t-shirt. If I did any stuff like that. So that's that answers that question, which somebody asked me earlier on today, actually. A Bullet for Joey with 2 classic film noir actors. It's got Edward G. Robinson and George Raft, of course, who did the... Yes. You need this. You really do want that set, don't you, man? Howdy, Action Jackman. We are talking film noir because it is Noir Vember. Next up is Big House USA. And of course, we got Broderick Crawford in this one. Ralph Meeker. You guys know I love Ralph Meeker. Well, you should, because one of my favorite movies of all time is like Kiss Me Deadly. Next up, we have Storm Fear. And we got like Audie Murphy, and you guys know, well, not Audie Murphy, sorry, Dan Duryea. Dan Duryea is a fantastic actor, really underrated, by the way. A great character actor. Oh, really? In which one? In Storm Fear? I haven't watched this one yet. So I actually didn't know that. I'll be looking forward to seeing that, by the way. Oh, in USA. Okay. I don't think I watched this one either. Oh, Lon Chaney's in this one. See, I got to catch up on some of this stuff. So bubbly at your store. I would have a bubbly type t-shirt. I think I would, something like that. I get hit by Walmart, but but I would have something bubbly-ish related. That is definitely way down the road, guys, because that is jokingly saying if I ever had the time to do something like that, that would be fun, but that would be mostly labor of love. He ran all the way with John Garfield. I'm a huge John Garfield fan. That's Shelley Winters. And she's such a good actress. I mean, I've never been like completely enamored with Shelley Winters, but I definitely am in love with her acting and her acting ability. She is incredible. Like one of the great film noirs. Oh, well, I think it's a film noir anyway. This is Night the Hunter, and because I think it fits under that category. Detour. Detour is a fantastic film, Kubrick lover. I still got more to show you. Don't worry about that. And I'm going to be pulling some out over there because there's a lot that I haven't taken out. He did. And Breaking Point. Do I have Breaking Point? I don't think I do. Now, one of the ones that fits along the gangster and the film noir, because those are genres that I do find crossover a lot. Remember Detour? Detour is a good one. Is this one right here. And this is the first movie that I remember No, that's great. Actually, I love the fact that you're jumping the gun. Because some of these definitely aren't going to be in here. Some of these I got, but forgot to bring over here. So, yes, keep jumping the gun. I really appreciate that. This is the first movie that ever made me cry. And you know, it's a Humphrey Bogart movie. And you know what it is? But it is the first movie to make me, Aaron, cry. Do I have Roadhouse from Kino? I don't have Roadhouse from Kino, but I think I got the movie. And that is Angels with Dirty Faces. Hey, Jack's like, how's it going? I'm doing Noir Vember, so well, let's talk Noir. I knew there's a reason I actually love Roger Ebert, aside from his fantastic writing, even if we don't agree always on films. But, yeah, James Cagney, Pat O'Brien. This movie made me cry. And to this day, if I watch this movie, I tear up at the end of this film. If you know this film and you've seen this film, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're going to be man enough to tear up at a movie, this is one. Yeah, there is a box set with this one in it. Like, I think it's number 4, right? Number 4, number 5. Really, wow. I would visit, actually. And this, let's say a prayer for a guy who couldn't run fast. It gets me. It still gets me. Just like thinking about the ending of that film, with the dead and kids. That really does get to me. So you mentioned this one here. This is a classic. I was saving it around there. Yeah, it does feature the Dead and Kids. Not their first work, though. I actually do have their first one here with, and that is with, I think it's with Humphrey Bogart. Oh, Cool Hand Luke. Cool Hand Luke. Trust me, Jace is right. That is a must. Public Enemy and Roaring Twenties. Do you like FBI? Who later became the East Side Kids. That is so true. Dead End with Humphrey Bogart. I actually have that. For a while, that was a hard one to get. And so I was super proud of finding that one, man. But Double Indemnity. When you say the word film noir, a lot of people think about this movie right here. Fred McMurray, Barbara Stanwyck, Edward G. Robinson. Double Indemnity is a film classic that definitely needs a place in every film lover's home. It is an incredible film, and it definitely epitomizes what the word noir. It is what noir stands for. Wait, heat. Cool Hand is your nickname. Is that really? At my new job, I don't have a nickname. Your dad has good taste. Tell your dad I said he rocks. So Double Indemnity, if you haven't checked it out, well, I'm sure everybody's checked this out. Savannah, if you haven't checked it, Double Indemnity, really, this is a really, really good film. And what's really cool is this is the book edition of it. I only have one of these other book ones, and it's I think it's Tequila Mockingbird, actually. So this one here actually includes a 1973 made-for-TV like remake of this film. I love Cool Hand. Cool Hand Aaron. I had, like, when I was in college, nicknames. There was a couple. So one I can't say on here, but another one was just Phoenix, and which was kind of a joke. And the other one was I do have. I'll show you steelbooks in a different video because I'm really set on getting some of this stuff here done. But I will. I promise you, Savannah, you'll get a steelbook video. Was, well, Sebastian. And if you've ever seen Dangerous Liaisons or Cruel Intentions, then you probably know why. The Professor. Thanks, House of Blues. Yeah, that's the one here. But yeah, it was Sebastian was when I was grown, Valmont, that type of thing. It's going to tell you a lot about me, actually, and I do apologize. Double Indemnity. Next up, these are two sets that I'm really stoked that I got. I think these are still easy finds to get out there. They're actually they're pretty simple. They got like 4 movies on them each, and they're done in slimline cases. And I really do like these. Some people don't consider these. Hey, John Steele, welcome. Yo, 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 man. So there we got Bad Girls of Film Noir. I really like these. House of Blues, man. It's nice to have you here, man. And I think these are fairly inexpensive. They're only like 4 movies. This one here has The Killer That Stalked New York, and that of course has who's it? Is it Keys in this one? Yeah, Evelyn Keys is in this one here. Two of a Kind, which has Evan O'Brien and Elizabeth Scott. Elizabeth Scott is fantastic in everything she's in. Bad for Each Other, again, has another Elizabeth Scott film with Charlton Heston. And Gloria Graham film here with Vittorio Gassman. So definitely worth checking out. And I do have the second volume of this as well with Night Editor. What's it called again? One Girl's Confession, Woman's Prison, and Overexposed. And I really do like these. These are fun. And again, we get like... which is the one that I watched? I really like Cleo Moore. And there's a couple, I think there's a couple clear more. Yeah, Women's Prison and, yeah, 3 of the 4 films here star Cleo Moore. And A Lonely Place is actually one of my most wanted Criterions. I do think that Humphrey Bogart was very underrated for his acting in the film In a Lonely Place, and definitely one that I do think that people should own. But I really do. I love Cleo Moore, and this is almost like a Cleo Moore set, which was the reason I grabbed this one. There's one here, and I'm not sure if it's One Girl's Confession or Overexposed, but it ends happy as opposed to most film noirs. So it almost just says, no, that's not a real film noir because that's kind of a happy ending. So it's more of a drama. But I just really enjoyed it. I just really enjoyed the acting of Cleo Moore. Now, there's a few of these out now, but I've only gotten the first 2. And you can thank. I love Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn was probably my first actor that I really thought of as a star. Captain Blood was one of my most watched movies when I was young, and I would like play Captain Blood in my yard as a kid. I'm not kidding. And like Flynn, hey, Film Slack, hey, welcome, dude. So you can thank Christopher Nolan for these sets right here, because he was the driving force behind getting these done. Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese, guys like that. So big name directors actually wanted to get these out. And this is the Columbia Pictures Film Noir Classics collection. I've only gotten the first 2 of these so far. And the collector's choice ones that were put out are amazing. And I kind of think that you'll eventually see some of this stuff coming out through Indicator, based on, well, the fact that the Samuel Fuller Collector's Choice box set came out and definitely like added upon when with the Indicator release of Samuel Fuller at Columbia, right? So yeah, we have a chance of getting some of these come out with like some more feature stuff from Indicator. So this is the first one, the Film Noir Classic set, and we have some really good films on here. The Big Heat is definitely in the top 10 of film noirs, in my opinion. It is just a fantastic film, and it is definitely kind of like a star-making performance by it's Glenn Ford in this one here. And my dad actually is named after Glenn Ford. My dad's name is Glenn, and he is named after the actor Glenn Ford. Do I own the Maltese Falcon? Yes, Cubic Lover, I do. I got it over there. Actually, I didn't bring it over, but I will grab it there in a second. Film about Errol Flynn soon to be released. So, a new accident. Now, there was a TV series, a Disney show. I think it was a Disney show that came on back in the day. My kids used to watch it, and it was called, I think it was called Zoe 101. And it actually one of the main lead actors in it is, I think, the grandson of Errol Flynn, if I remember correctly. So again, if you haven't seen this one, we got like The Sniper, The Big Heat, 5 Against the House, The Lineup, and Murder by Contract. We've got Martin Scorsese introducing Murder by Contract, the Sniper and The Big Heat. Michael Mann talks about The Big Heat. We have The Influence of Noir with Christopher Nolan, who actually talks about the Lineup, which actually, didn't somebody mention here? Asked me if I had The Lineup because it's a fantastic film noir. Well, I guess, yeah, I do have The Lineup. And of course, there's a commentary with author Eddie Muller, who's famous for this stuff, and James Ellroy on The Lineup, and a commentary with Eddie Muller on the Sniper. Yeah, I know, Cam, know it was you. So, yep, I got it, and I'm guessing you got it in this set right here as well, right? So this is the Film Noir Classics collection. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now, let me just like be 100% sure, Thrash Fingers, but I am pretty certain that it is the actor from, it is like the grandson. Zoe 101, I'm not going to lie to you, it's one of the films that I really did, one of the TV shows that I did not mind watching with my kids. Yeah, there. The grandson of Errol Flynn. And there he is right there, guys. Sean Flynn. I'm sorry, it's really bad lighting, but hopefully you can see him there. Savannah, you might think he's cute. But yes, Sean Flynn, the grandson of Errol Flynn, was in the series Zoe 101. He was, wasn't he? I guess he still is. I'm not sure if he stayed up in acting or not, but I thought he was really good on the show as well. His name is Sean Flynn Savannah, and he acted in like a teen show called Zoe 101, which starred actually Britney Spears' little sister, Jamie Lynn Spears. It ran for 4 seasons and actually was pretty good and got better as it went along. Unfortunately, the lead actress, Jamie Lynn Spears, ended up getting pregnant and leaving acting for good and just kind of retiring from it. You have that series. Well, Sean Flynn. He's one of the lead actors on the show, actually. So that's the grandson of Earl Flynn. So this is the second volume with, again, some classic great stuff. I really want more of these, actually. So we got Human Desire, The Brothers Rico. Brothers Rico's really good, actually. Nightfall, City of Fear, and Pushover on here. Again, some classic stuff. And there are some kind of mini features on here. Martin Scorsese talks about The Brothers Rico. Pulp Paranoia with Christopher Nolan, who, you know, he's really... If you've seen any Christopher Nolan film, then you know how big he is on film noir. So you learn something when you come here, Savannah. You learn something. And Terror and Desire with Emily Mortimer. So definitely, guys. I don't know if I got a copy of DOA right now. That's a fantastic film. I love the movie DOA. I actually like its remake too. It's not too bad. But I don't own either the remake or the original of DOA. And it is a movie that I watched several times when I was growing up. So it's quite a shame that I actually don't own the film. But it's definitely one that I need to check into. Now, where are they at? All right, so I've got some more film noir. I'm not going very far. The noir version of Logan. Actually, you know what? I bought the... Would you consider doing a sexploitation film stream? That's actually not a bad idea, dude. Would you be interested in that, John? Because that would be kind of cool. And I do love sexploitation films, so it's something that I could actually talk about. So I'm just going to grab some of my noir films that I got right there. And Dixie Ray Hollywood Star. Actually, Dixie Ray Hollywood Star, for an adult film, Jimbo, is actually not a bad noir. And it has some decent acting in it. I really should have brought that one over. I actually do own Dixie Ray Hollywood Star. I own the Vinegar Syndrome box set that they did, the Blu-ray one. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to go right there. I know they're shutting down Film Struck, but Ken, physical media, way to go. So I do apologize because apparently I had a ton of film noir over there that I didn't realize that I had, and it's not even getting to stuff that I haven't shown yet. All right. So I've got a few of the Fox film noir classics here, which I'm going to show you guys, among with some other stuff that I'd forgotten that I had. This one is almost comedic, so I don't really know if I'm going to consider this one more of the noir style, but it is, of course, more of a gangster comedy, but I would put it in there, a foreign film stream. Actually, that would be a really decent one as well, especially coming upon in the Bad Times at El Real. I haven't seen that one yet. Is that really good? Smart Money, which is not really noir, but I just had to put it in there because I just like, you know, I do think it's an underrated, like, kind of a gangster comedy. So not noir, but a fun film. And I just want to show that before I got into this stuff. So next up is one that I really do like. This stars Ray Milland and Charles Laughton. I do think this one is underrated. It's what was put up by Universal, and that is The Big Clock. So if you have not seen this one, it is one I do highly recommend. The Big Clock is a great film noir with two fantastic actors. Yeah, kind of like a wide on. That's actually is really good there, Jason. The way that I like the way you put things. So if you have not seen the Big Clock, I do recommend checking it out. It is definitely a classic film noir that needs to be re-seen. And I would love to see Criterion take a crack at this one, to be honest with you. Now let us get in to some of the classic Fox film noirs that they put out there. Now the first one is this one here, and it was mentioned, it was asked about Kiss of Death. I love Kiss of Death, and it is in the list, so good going. So this is Roadhouse with Ella Lupina and again Cornel Wilde, Celeste Holm, Richard Widmark. Richard Widmark, of course, in Kiss of Death, of course, it was a star-making performance. This is Roadhouse, and if you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. This one does have an auto commentary with Kim Morgan and Eddie Muller. Anytime you're going to hear Eddie Muller's name come up a lot when it comes to film noirs, because that's kind of what he does. Sweet. No, I don't think so. But that's a good twist. No. Next up is one that I like a lot, actually, and it doesn't get much love, but it's a cool one. It really is, and a guy that you'd expect to see in more of this stuff, thanks, Sean, but you don't, and that's actually Michael Rennie, and Jeanne Crain is in this one. No throat ripping out that one. And this is Dangerous Crossing, and I really do like this movie. I do think that a lot of films have actually taken like a lot from this film, and basically this movie is pretty. This girl goes on a boat where she is supposed to meet up with her fiance, who suddenly doesn't exist, and nobody believes her. I do think noirs will be popular in today's world, Ian, and I'll tell you why. Because Christopher Nolan is extremely popular. Probably, have I got crisscross? Do I? I thought I did. I don't see it there. I don't think I do there. I really thought I had it, though. I'm shocked, because I thought I had that one. But yes, like guys like Christopher Nolan, who's made his career. Like if you watched any of the Batman films that Christopher Nolan did, like they're not my favorite Batman films. However, they're great noir films. He puts noir in everything that he does. That's his thing, and he's one of the most, if not the most popular, like modern day director out there, like in the mainstream. And he is highly influential. So I do think that if moving into a more, we got like a more like a horror-oriented direction, we would definitely see some stuff like that. You mean like neo-noirs? Like Dress to Kill, Blade Runner, Against All Odds, stuff like that. One of my favorites, of course, is the fantastic, that's a Kiss of Death you're talking about, Action Jackman. That's the one actually that was just mentioned there, Kiss of Death, and I do have that one. Is that To Live and Die in LA is one of my favorite. Sin City is a good example of a newer noir film, especially the original. But and definitely took a lot from like earlier noir films as well. So next up is one with Joan Crawford, and that is of course Daisy Kenyon. Great cast, by the way. There's Henry Fonda and Dana Andrews. It is noir is usually definitely visually darker. It kind of. I don't think Clerks would be considered noir. It's a comedy. It's an indie comedy. Clerks is steeped in indie. I know what you mean, but I wouldn't consider Clerks a noir film, even with the original ending. Nazi actress called. Does sounds kind of familiar. You didn't like To Live and Die in LA? It's one that I found that I liked the first time that I saw it, but subsequent time viewings, I've liked it even more. And it definitely falls in the neo-noir construct, and one of the what I consider one of the more successful neo-noir constructs. Next up is one with a neo-noir with a noir star that you wouldn't expect. Fantastic film. I do love Clerks, and that is Ginger Rogers. Yep. Yeah, definitely give it another shot. Let me know what you think, like going through it again. Willem Dafoe does a good job in the movie. Definitely, it's a very young Willem Dafoe. But of course, it is an amazing performance for both of the leads, and they just do an incredible job. So yeah, Ginger Rogers, Van Heflin, Gene Tierney, and George Raft. Of course, George Raft being known as the guy that turned down movies that would make Humphrey Bogart famous over and over and over and over again. Fury Road is different. I love To Live and Die in LA though. Jace, that's one of my favorite. When I come on to make a video, I listen to Live and Die in LA every single time, the video, the music video. A director-centric one? That would be an interesting go to see, like go with different directors. We could decide on certain ones. Or even if it dealt with like 2 or 3 different directors. Memento. Oh, Memento is a hardcore noir, man. I like Confidential, incredible. It came from the use of shadows, hide the lack of sets. Exactly, thank you, Action Jackman. And of course, it's a German expressionistic look. It looks. So this is I'll Wake Up Screaming with Betty Grable and Victor Mature. Victor Mature was never the best actor, but I do like this film. Have I seen Breakdown? Yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking of, yes I have. It's an older film. It's like not older, but like definitely from M. I'm not so much sure if I would consider. Oh yeah, if that's one I'm thinking of, Jace. So if it's with the Kurt Russell one, yes I have. And it's a favorite of mine actually. It's a cool little film. But I would say like noir came definitely a lot from the early solid German expressionistic films, and definitely the look of them did, and kind of like the dark dour like take on film and on life itself, really. With film noir, you know, it's black, it's bleak, it's very bleak, but it's very interesting. Here's another one, and this one I do consider a classic, and that is Dane Andrews in Boomerang. I really do like this movie. Now I do like Lee J. Cobb a lot, so that definitely plays a part into the film. But Dane Andrews, of course, is fantastic. Next up is Richard Basehart, and that is The House on Telegraph Hill. Exactly, and that is one of the things that made noir like such a popular genre, especially and J.T. Walsh. Thanks, Jace. And J.T. Walsh is an amazing actor. My mind was kind of blank for two, but Jace's head. Next up is another Dane Andrews film with Linda Darnell, who I know from. This is going to seem silly, but The Whip of Zorro, actually. More modern film noir? Blood Simple. I actually do own Blood Simple. That's the first of the Coen Brothers films. And it's a really, really good one. And that is a more, I'm not sure it's a modern, but it's an 80s noir. But noir really, that's more of a neo, it's con noir. Some people, like noir purists, will not take anything that's not black and white and can call it noir. I don't agree. But I do understand where they're coming from. I do think that many times neo-noir is kind of a title that's been thrown on. Yeah, like Jace, because purists don't want to say they're noirs. That's where I think we get the term neo-noir from. Is that they really don't want to give any face value to the fact that there could be a noir made that wasn't done back in that day. Of course, Fallen Angel. And here's a different one. This one actually has is that? It is, right? Yes, it is. So that's Sidney Poitier. And of course, Linda Darnell's in this one as well. And the lead actor there again is Richard Widmark. Alicia Silverstone is still good looking, man. But the movie Crush is like, did you guys just mention Crush? Because that is a favorite of mine. I love everything you just said, Cubic Lover. Crush is fantastic. I really did like the movie Crush. And this is where the Sidewalk ends with Dana Andrews and Gene Tierney. Again, another... I think Dana Andrews is really underrated when it comes to... I don't hear many people talk about him very often. The most I ever hear Dana Andrews' name is when I'm watching Rocky Horror Picture Show at the beginning with the late night science fiction picture show. What's really cool about this, and is this the one that was remade? So this is Panic in the Streets. Carrie Lewis. Oh, Carrie Ellis. Yeah, Dan Andrews was in them, I think. I'm pretty sure he was in them. So this... So as you can see here, do you find this guy here, Shock Quarter and Naked Kiss? I don't have either one from Cubic Lover, but they are fantastic film noir movies done by Samuel Fuller, and I do love them. I really, really do. So look at this movie here. Does this guy remind you of Dolph Lundgren? Or is this just me? See, just look at him. There is a Dolph Lundgren type of look. And I'm not quite sure, but I think Dolph Lundgren may have redid this. Or either that or they had a similar movie with Dolph Lundgren like doing this kind of pose. But the first time I saw this, I always thought of Dolph Lundgren. I always did. Next up is one that you guys have mentioned, and it's a classic. And it is Kiss of Death. So here we are. We got Victor Mature, Brian Donlevy, of course. Again, a star-making turn from Richard Widmark, who, as mentioned earlier, pushes the old lady down the stairs. Yeah, you would think that Stallone would redo some, you know, some Victor Mature stuff, because he did have that type of look to him. But oddly enough, Kiss of Death, I think the Victor Mature role, wasn't that played by Nicolas Cage? I missed what you said there, Ian. Stranger. I don't have The Stranger, but it is a great film. I like everything Orson Welles. You're going to find out actually a little bit more of that soon. Next is the classic Laura with Gene Tierney and Dana Andrews. Again, another fantastic film, and directed by the great Otto Preminger. Really? University. Now this is more along the gangster line, but I do still consider it, and it's, yeah, it is one of the gangster ones, but I'm gonna put it in there anyway. And that is, of course, Little Caesar. Is this the end of Rico? But that's more of a gangster type of film. But I did want to show that one there. Next up is the Petrified Force with Leslie Howard and Betty Davis, and of course this guy here. Not quite sure who he is. I do have Scarlet Street Cubic Lover, but I don't know where it's at. And of course there's Blackboard Jungle with Glenn Ford. Now speaking of Edward G. Robinson, this is a double feature here: the Big Steel and Illegal. You got a Robert Mitchum with the Big Steel and Edward G. Robinson and Illegal. This is one of the later ones. I found this one before I found any of the other box sets of any other film noir box sets. I was actually going to Montreal for the first time to go to the Montreal Comic Con / Horror Fest that they were having there, and I stopped at an airport, and they had like a little it actually, yeah, Scorsese is the man. This was the first film noir when I bought that would later be a part of a set. Now, not quite film noir, but a detective one, and I got this because it's part of a series of detective movies that I really like, and that's the Michael Shayne mysteries, and that is the Dressed to Kill with Lloyd Nolan, who I think is a fantastic actor, and I just want you guys to know this. Turkish Star Wars. Actually, I have seen Turkish Star Wars. Yeah, news. Crust pizza is good. Thin crust pizza is the best way to go anyway. Oh wow, this one's not even open. And apparently I got this one at 10 Stop. Where the hell is 10 Stop? Anyway, I got this one in somewhere. That is Bullets or Ballots. I think I got 2 copies of this. That's why that's not open. But Edward G. Robinson and Joan Blundell. That's more of like a, I would consider that more of like a gangster one as well. But it was there with the other one, so I wanted to put it in there. But this one is definitely a classic noir. This was put out again by Arrow, and I really got to get the Arrow edition of this one, along with their edition of the Glass Key as well, which is another good one. And that is the Blue Dahlia. This is one that my dad gave me a while back. I do like this film. Of course, Alan Ladd, Veronica Lake. So now a movie set that is not filled with film noir ones, but it definitely has like kind of a feel and gives like kind of a neat aspect to it, and I just want to put it in there. Black Dahlia, which yeah, definitely I would consider that more of a neo-noir. Thanks a lot. Actually, I've got a few others, but they're kind of all over the place. But I guess kind of like what I'll put in there is the Pre-Code collection. I've seen a lot of the Turkish ones, surprisingly. You'd be surprised. I mean, actually, probably, knowing me, guys, you're not surprised. I've seen a lot of those films. So the one that I would say would kind of be more noirish than this one here, more than any of them, is probably, where's it at? Not Murder at the Van, maybe Murder at the Vandy's a little bit. And, yeah, definitely, there's some Fugitive Count tomorrow. Oh yeah, yeah. I guess that would be kind of considered kind of like a noirish type film. I do have some more here, and I do apologize that I was not more, that I'm more ill prepared for this one here, because there's definitely some like obviously Kiss Me Deadly is a fantastic noir and one of my all-time favorites. I do have it over there on Criterion. You know, of all labels, definitely like a great label to have that stuff on. I do have a few with the Arrow Academy release as well. I'm trying to think of some here that that would kind of stand out. I guess I didn't want to get everything out, but also I had some like the kind of different like unique style ones that I wanted to put across. Definitely a lot of De Palma stuff. Like for me, it runs into noir, and of course, like I've got like Killer's Kiss and The Killers. I got both versions of The Killers. The first one is the far superior version, in my opinion. Though I don't mind the John Cassavetes one as well. Douglas Sirk, Kubrick may have aspects of noir in him, but I think he's more of like the drama. Douglas Sirk, I would see, is more of the sudser, like the kind of like the precursor to what the modern day soap opera is on a better, you know, obviously on a much higher level than that. But Sirk did play well into the melodramatic aspect of films, and obviously there is that melodrama in film noir. So there is like a crossover when it comes to Sirk and noir, and there were certain movies that Sirk probably did that did go and fall into the noir genre. But I do think of Sirk primarily as a melodramatic director, in my opinion. And anybody else can feel free to jump in and either like disagree or give like a differing opinion on that. But I do see Sirk as more of the Rock Hudson melodramas and stuff like that. Kind of is what I remember him for. I do have like a Samuel Fuller box set here, not the new one that came out, but the original one, and it does have a Douglas Sirk film on it. When I got asked recently, basically, well, someone got, I didn't get asked, but I responded, was the Samuel Fuller box set like a good set to get, because it didn't have a lot of Samuel Fuller movies that were actually directed by him. I said, it's a good way to see the progression of Samuel Fuller. Teacher, I know the one you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of Kubrick lover. James Mason is such a good actor. He's just one of those that truly stands out. And you guys know I'm like secretly looking at, like not so secretly looking back here on a couple releases that I kind of want to show that I think would fit in this in the noir aspect of it. I want to see if there's anything. I don't think there's anything on the Hepburn set that really fits, and I do love Hepburn though. Maybe Undercurrent with Robert Taylor and Katharine Hepburn, and of course, yeah, probably Undercurrent with would definitely be something that would fit along in that aspect of it. And I'm trying to see if there's anything that really stands out here. Well, I guess, well, not in a way, for sure. We have like a lot of the earlier stuff. I do want to show these box sets. They're not really film noir, but I do kind of want to show these. So hold on. This is film noir, though. All right. So I was asked if I had it, and I do. I have the 3-disc special edition of it. I don't have the Blu-ray, but this is my edition that I have of the Maltese Falcon. And of course, this one here has 3 versions of the film. Of course, Humphrey Bogart is amazing in this. I guess The Long Goodbye, which I do have over on DVD, but I do need to get the Arrow edition of. Is also kind of a cool, like kind of neo-noir film. And of course, Chinatown, which I don't know. I think I had it. I don't know if I still got it here. But yeah, this is a fantastic film, Jay. So I do agree, and it does have 2 other versions of it on here. So if you want to see how good this version is, then watch the 2 other versions of the Maltese Falcon. One stars B.B. Daniels and Ricardo Cortez, and watching it, you will even appreciate the Humphrey Bogart one even more. Ellie Gould is so like, it's so against type that it comes around to be. He's just perfect. He's perfectly cast in the role. And of course, the Bette Davis, Warren Williams film, Satan Met a Lady, which is another version of the Maltese Falcon. But this one here, the 1941, you know, the things that dreams are made of. And it has some great features on here as well. I used to love the way they did the Night at the Movies, where they'd have like a cartoon, a short subject, just some really different stuff on there, like musical short here, The Gay Parisian, you know, classic cartoons, Hiawatha's Rabbit Hunt and Meet John Doe, trailers of the Maltese Falcon, Sergeant York, the Maltese Falcon documentary, One Magnificent Bird. I should really rewatch this. It's a really great film. And of course, Robert Osborne hosts Coming Attractions. The late great Robert Osborne, who definitely made TCM for me. He was for me the voice and face of TCM. And it's just not the same without him. It really isn't. So whenever they rerun something that has Robert Osborne, I'm very significantly happy to see his work on TCM, because he was TCM for me. Now, definitely not all, or really many, in the film noir aspect, but I did think that, yeah, definitely rest in peace. Robert Osborne is one of those guys, much like Roger Ebert, where you think films and you think him. Especially you think of certain type of films. Yeah, he was way back in the 80s. You are remembering back farther than I could. So the Collector's Choice series of box sets, I gotta say, if you come across any of these ever, I'm not sure which of them are still in print and which of them aren't. Definitely pick them up, and you'll see why. I showed you earlier the film noir classic sets from that Christopher Nolan helped put together with Martin Scorsese, the Columbia ones. Well, this is the films of Rita Hayworth box set. Again, you can see like familiar names like Scorsese on here as well. Movies introduced by some of these. Oh, really? That's kind of cool, actually. Ask him to introduce your movies. Should ask him to introduce your movies. Rita Hayworth, yeah, she was a beauty. And that does have some great films there as well. We got like CoverGirl. Baz Luhrmann does like the introduction for that one. Tonight and Every Night. Patricia Clarkson introduces that one. Gilda, as both Martin Scorsese and Baz Luhrmann talk on that one. Yeah, Gilda, exactly. The classic, right? Miss Sadie Thompson is actually mentioned here by Patricia Clarkson. Of course, Miss Sadie Thompson, originally done in 3D, by the way, guys. And Salome here, who nobody introduces because it's not a great film, but it's you know, some decent stuff. Charles Laughton's in it as well. And of course, this one has been upgraded to the incredible, and I do recommend the indicator box set of this one. I do want to get the indicator box set of this one. The only thing that kept me from getting it right away is what's the time here? 4:30. I almost got to go to bed. Thanks for reminding me, Savannah, because I work tomorrow. But I really want to get it and talk to you guys about film noir, where it is Noir, Vember. So hopefully Stephanie will come on here later and see this and realize that she actually inspired a video here. So this is Sammy Fuller collection. This is the original collection that definitely inspired the Indicator one that came out afterwards. So I'll mention the films on here and what's on this one here. I'm definitely a night owl. And we have here It Happened in Hollywood, 1939. And it was the Douglas Sirk question, by the way, that actually made me think to get these here sets up for you. Next up is Adventures in Sahara, done in 1938. And the next one is The Power of the Press, done in 1943. Of course, these were all written by Samuel Fuller, but not like with him like directing. And these are actually some pretty good films. Power of the Press is actually pretty good. Samuel Fuller's Search for Truth with Tim Robbins. There's a special feature on Tim Robbins on that one. The next up is Shockproof, and that one is directed by Douglas Sirk. Oh, that's okay, Curry Big Lover. I'm going to bed soon too. So I really appreciate that all you guys came in tonight, especially that this is early. This is a Sunday night. A lot of people are going to work the next day. I really definitely appreciate it. Get some sleep, Savannah. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you get better there. Take care of yourself. Really seriously, take care of yourself. And I look forward to Action Jackman. Oh yeah, I know. I gotta get the book. So I'll mention these really quickly. So there is Shockproof, Scandal Sheet, Crimson Kimono, Underworld USA. And because I promised I'll do this really, really quickly for you guys out there that asked. 9 underrated Criterions that I recommend picking up during the sale. F is for Fake, Orson Welles. Diabolique, Henry George Clouseau. The Furies, Anthony Mann. To Be or Not to Be, Ernst Lubitsch. Seconds, John Frankenheimer. Safety Last, Harold Lloyd. Ministry of Fear, film noir, Fritz Lang. Eyes Without a Face. And you really should watch. That's actually really cool. And last but not least, one of my all-time favorite and French gangster ones, and that is Classe to Risque. Definitely worth checking out. So there you go, guys. Those are 9 Criterions that I really recommend you should check out. I am Aaron. I have had a blast here tonight. I really love talking about film noir. It is fantastic. We will talk more about the Criterions, and if you want to, I can go more in depth with them on my next video. So this is almost like it to be continued, and we will do more film noir as well throughout Noir Vember. There's also a bunch of stuff that I didn't get to that's upstairs as well that I got more recently, and I got even some more film noir over there that we'll talk about as well. So thank you guys for coming in tonight, joining me here in the movie library, for becoming part of the film club, and for you new guys there like Aaron, thank you so much. I do appreciate, and I hope you guys come back, and I hope that you all enjoyed the stream. Cubic Lover, Aaron, Jace, Savannah, get better, feel well. John, Ken, James, everybody. Looking forward to. I am definitely looking forward to doing the stream there, Jace. So I will text you later on when I know my Jack Sick. Everybody that's out there, I really had a blast, and none of this happens without you guys. I say it every time, and every time it becomes more and more true. And you are the movie club, and you guys are freaking fantastic. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time. It really is for me. Just finished the bubbly, so it's time for tea.